This video tutorial is going to walk you through the steps to create a recurring Zoom meeting. This will allow you to use the same Zoom link for all of your different Zoom meetings occurring during a school day. The first step will be to open the Zoom.us app on your computer. If you have not downloaded this for free from the Zoom site, I would highly recommend doing that. It makes running Zoom meetings and scheduling Zoom meetings much easier. When you are on the home page of the Zoom app, to schedule a recurring meeting, you will click on the schedule icon. And you will get a pop-up window where you can put the topic, pick your time, and do all of your settings. I will not change the name of my Zoom meeting today, but you could change it to whatever fits your needs. And instead of selecting a date and time, I'm just going to click the reoccurring meeting box. You will notice that it gives me a prompt to think about my Google Calendar invitation and make sure I put that on reoccurring, but I'm just going to ignore that prompt. I'm also going to set some other settings that are recommended, like using a personal meeting ID, deciding if you want to enable the waiting room or not, making sure that the host video and the participant video is on, and then I'm choosing Google Calendar as my calendar option. Under advanced options, I also have a couple of other settings that I can choose. I like to mute participants upon entry. I'm going to disable, before the host, so that people cannot join before me. And some people like to automatically record the meeting, but I'm not going to select that option. And now I will click save. After I click save, it's going to redirect me to a Google sign-in page to connect to the right Google Calendar. So I'm going to click my school email, click allow, and it's going to open up my Google Calendar right away. At this point, you could click that you want this to be a reoccurring meeting even on your Google Calendar. That means it's going to show up on your calendar every single day. But you don't have to do that. So I'm not going to worry about setting the date, time, whatever it shows up as. I'm just going to click save. And it's going to put it into my Google Calendar on that preset date and time. I'm going to leave it there, but you could delete it if you wanted. This is a reoccurring meeting, so it doesn't have to be on your calendar for it to actually exist. So this is the only place that it will show up on my Google Calendar right now, but within the Zoom app, it will be there every day. So back in the Zoom app, across the top, instead of going to home, it's kind of hard to see, but if you slide over to meetings, you are now into the part of the Zoom app that has all of your reoccurring meetings or upcoming meetings. So you can see I have quite a few reoccurring meetings set up. One of these Kelly Gables Zoom meetings is the one that I just created. When I click on it, you can see that it doesn't have any information about what day it's going to happen or what time it's going to happen, because it's going to be here every single day. And it's going to make starting your classroom Zooms a really quick process. Now that I have a reoccurring meeting created, when I want to start my Zoom for class, I simply go into the app, go to meetings, and click start. I won't have to enter a code. I won't have to click on a link. I'll just click that start button. And again, that's right here, and your start button will pop up right here. You can also find your reoccurring meetings on the Zoom app on your iPad, which is going to make things super smooth when you move to want to be able to live stream. So on your iPad, you can go to the Zoom app. It looks very similar to what is on your computer. You are going to want to go over to the side under Home, move down to Meetings, just like you did on your computer. And now you can see all of the reoccurring or upcoming meetings that I have. Just like on the computer, whenever I want to start a meeting or join a meeting, I would just come over here to the side and I would click the start button. Again, that's going to make it really easy when we move to live streaming if you make that choice. But now you set up your recurring meeting on your computer and you can access it from both your computer and your iPad. Now that you have a recurring meeting set up, it's really nice because you only have to share the meeting information one time with your students or find a common place to post it. And then that same link can be used each time a student wants to access your live class. So there's a couple of ways to do that. I'm back on the computer in the Zoom app. I can just click copy invitation and I get a notification up here that the invitation has been copied to my clipboard. I can go paste that in my Google Classroom, on my Seesaw account. You can also preview your meeting invitation by clicking the show meeting invitation, and you'll notice that it gives you the link, the meeting ID, and the passcode. You can also just copy and paste right from here as well. Again, once you post that code and that information, your students will be able to use that each time they want to access your class. So you won't have to worry about setting up additional meetings or spending time sending the link repeatedly. Hopefully these steps will help you walk through setting up your own recurring meeting if that is something you still need to do, or will help you refresh on the steps if you have forgotten. As always, reach out if you have any questions.